What's up, my empaths? Oh, welcome back to my channel. My second channel, I guess. I don't know. So for today's video, I asked you guys on Twitter what kind of video you guys wanted to see next on this channel. The most voted for video was a conspiracy theory, but I have something kind of similar, like in that genre still a little bit, but I was just having trouble finding ones that weren't done all the time on YouTube or ones that haven't like been debunked already. And also I was a little skeptical because YouTube has been deleting and taking down a lot of channels and videos that have anything to do with conspiracy theories. We're gonna do something a little similar but a little different, and I hope that's okay. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up for more weird videos like these. Make sure that you subscribe so you'll be notified every time I post a video. I plan on doing a lot of fun things next week on this channel. I'm going to be sharing some of your guys' stories. I have gotten a lot of your guys' stories, so if I haven't gotten back to you yet, it's not because I'm ignoring you, I promise. I will get back to you. I've just gotten so many, so don't worry. I know it takes a lot to do that sometimes for some of you, and I appreciate it so much. If you would like to send in your story, send it into this email address right here. We definitely need some more paranormal ones. I think I have a couple that I still have to go through. Anyways, girl, let's go ahead and jump in to the video. When I was searching conspiracy theories and things like that, I came across this website, Accurate Premonitions, about famous events that actually came true. Certain people, some of them famous, whatever, like had premonitions about certain things that would happen before they happened. So we're gonna go over that because as I was reading some of these, I was like, wow, that's like really cool and kind of creepy. Make sure you're comfy and make sure that you have a drink, that you have a snack or whatever, and let's get into it. So first we're going to talk about Princess Diana. So if you didn't know, Princess Diana was the Princess of Wales. She was well known, she was well loved, and her death like literally shocked so many people. I remember when I was younger, I didn't really know who she was, but I remember hearing about it like a lot. She died in a car crash. She died on August 31st, 1997. A few months before she passed, she gave a letter to her butler, and this is what the letter says. This particular phase in my life is the most dangerous. My husband is planning an accident in my car. Brake failure and serious head injury in order to make the path clear for him to marry Camilla. I wonder if her husband set that up or how that worked out, because that's a little weird. And so I don't really know if that was like a premonition, unless it just came to her and she knew that, you know, like I guess it could have been a premonition, but maybe it was more of like she heard about it, because that's kind of what it sounded like to me. But I don't know, maybe she had a dream or a premonition or a vision or something and knew what her husband was up to. So the next person we're going to talk about is Edgar Allan Poe, which I personally have a newfound respect for after seeing The Witches of East End. It's a show on Netflix. It's so good. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. Actually, like, helped me understand certain things about my beliefs that I was having trouble understanding. So Edgar Allan Poe is pretty much like famous for his writing. He did like poetry, he wrote novels and things like that. So in 1838, he wrote a book entitled The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket, where a group of like 4 sailors had shipwrecked and have to find like a way to survive before they can be like saved or rescued or whatever. And they need to eat, so they're like, okay, we're gonna draw straws, and whoever gets the shortest straw has to die so we can all eat. So it's pretty much like cannibalism, I guess. The person that got the smallest straw was a character named Richard Parker. 45 years later, a ship called Magnonet, I believe, I'm probably butchering that so bad, pretty much sank. Issues, it sank and left 4 sailors stranded, and then one of them fell like ill of like malnutrition, and then the other sailors like killed him so they could eat his remains. And on top top of it, the guy that they killed was named Richard Parker. That's crazy. Like, that's weird AF. So the next one is a premonition about the Titanic from an author. Pretty much he wrote this book with a like super unsinkable ship called the Titan. So in the book, the Titan is traveling across the North Atlantic, and an April voyage strikes an iceberg. And the Titan only carried a certain amount of lifeboats, therefore most of the people on the ship sank with the ship in the book. 14 years later, the Titanic, the unsinkable ship, on April 15th, 1909, struck an iceberg, and as we all know, started breaking apart and then sinking. And also only had a literally the minimum amount of lifeboats, so most of the passengers sank with it in the North Atlantic Ocean. So next we're going to talk about the World Trade Centers. And there's a guy, Barrett Naylor, that avoided dying at the World Trade Center 2 freaking times. Like, that, what? So on February 26, 1993, terrorists planted a truck bomb in the North Tower of the World Trade Center. 6 people died in that attack, but earlier that morning, Barrett Naylor, who was a Wall Street executive, had an odd feeling while he was on the train to the World Trade Center to go to work or whatever. And as soon as he got off the train, he just had a really weird feeling, something told him to not go into work. And so he turned around, got back on the train, and went home. Then again, on September 11th, 2001, he got the exact same feeling as he did in 1993 when the bomb happened, and did the exact same thing and went back home. And as soon as he got home, he turned on the TV and he realized what had happened, and that the World Trade Centers were hit and they were going down. And so pretty much his premonition saved him twice, but it does say on here that he regrets not using his premonitions to help other people that, died in those attacks. So Barrett, dude, I doubt you'll ever see this, or I don't even know if you're still alive, but if you get that premonition again, honey, you need to do something. You need to warn some people. They're probably gonna think you're crazy, but you need to let someone know from now on, okay, girl? So next we're gonna talk about Sharon Tate, which was one of Charles Manson's victims. She was kind of like an upcoming actress. She was married to Roman Polanski, and she was pregnant with his child at the time. So a year before this, she was talking to the writer of Fate magazine. She said this to him. This is a year before she was murdered.
I saw something or someone tied to the staircase. Whoever it was, I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, but I knew somehow that it was Jay Sebring or me. Whoever it was cut open at the throat.
Then a year later, when Sharon Tate was 8.5 months pregnant, she was stabbed multiple times and also had an X carved through her stomach. And she was found tied to Jay Sebring, who was also killed. I believe he was stabbed and shot. I don't know. When I was reading some of these last night, I was like, girl, I've had so many crazy dreams of me dying and things like that. But there's been so many different ones. So I'm like, girl, oh my God. So people also think that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also predicted his death. The last speech that he gave had this in it, and this is why people think that he knew he was going to die soon.
Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as people will get to the promised land.
So next we're going to talk about Charles Dickens, who published a story in 1861, or he published 4 stories in 1861 for a magazine called All Year Around. And it was kind of like a ghost story, but it went like this. So in one of the stories, a painter meets like a really beautiful young woman, and she asks the painter to paint a portrait of her, but she wants the painting to be done like in memory instead of her like standing there. So as the story unfolds, it turns out that this woman had been dead for a long time, way before she ever even met the painter. She had like commissioned the portrait from the afterlife to help her father. I guess like help her father grieve or help console her father or something like that. Thomas Heffy, who was an artist and a painter, accused Charles Dickens of plagiarism because Heffy was contracted to write pretty much the same exact story and sell it to a different magazine. He also claimed that like the story actually happened to him, like it was his experience. He was the painter that painted the dead girl's portrait, supposedly. Okay, you guys, so that's all for now. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. It's a little bit creepy, it's a little bit weird, but I love talking about stuff like this, so let me know if there's any other like things that you want me to talk about or any other topics that you want me to talk about. Let me know if there's any like conspiracy theories or stories or anything that you want me to talk about or make a video on. I've like always been into conspiracy theories. Like I'm very open-minded and I watch a lot of conspiracy theories and stuff, but I've never like actually researched them on my own. So I'm just now starting, so I'm not sure what else is out there, but I feel like everything I see has mainly been talked about. Like I've seen like 20 different videos on it, or they're debunked. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if there's anything that you guys want me to research or any cases that you guys want me to research, because I will probably be doing my first true crime case within the next like week. And thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to add me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. I am on Twitter the most, Snapchat the second most, Instagram the last. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.